Martin's father looked more frazzled than dead, as if he was running late because he had been caught in traffic. Isabel looked to her new husband for guidance and was shocked to realize he seemed annoyed. Not afraid, because honestly her father-in-law looked harmless, just like in the few pictures she had seen of him. No, Martin looked like he had simply bitten into a pepper that was hotter than anticipated. "Did you know this would happen?" she said. "No, but it's typical of him. Typical. Only someone so shameless would show up to a wedding uninvited." "Martin, please." Stories with me, or even experiences that I'd had, or people who I loved had had, and it felt to me like those stories were just really missing from the national conversation around immigration, because this is nothing new. Like, the anti-immigrant sentiment is nothing new. It's at a crisis point, yes, but the idea that it's novel is, I think, a very dangerous one, because if we think it's new, then we're not taking into account everything that got us here. I grew up an immigrant, and so for someone to tell me, like, wow, this is such a relevant topic right now, I'm like, really? It's always been relevant to me, right? But I also grew up knowing and very much aware of the ways that my life was politicized, but I also grew up, like, when I look back at my childhood and the things that stick out, a lot of things that stick out are like the joyful moments and the ways that my parents tried to protect us from that, and the ways that our lives are like this whole richness of experiences, not just the struggles, but the joys. And so I really just approach the book in that way, of just letting those stories and those characters speak for themselves. What about you?
When you go to promote the book, do you approach it as I'm a Latina author, or I'm just a woman telling my story, a person telling my story?
I think it can be both. Because I am never going to hide the fact that I'm Latina. It's who I am, and if somebody uses that to somehow pigeonhole me, that's on them. That's their lack of imagination, is being able to see a person beyond one aspect of their identity and not for their full humanity. So I try to embrace all of that. Time in order to write, So on the flip side of that, what are the things that make it feel worth it? You ever have one of those really great writing days?
Yes.
And you just feel like, oh my God, this is why I do this. And so what is that? Where does it come from? How do you describe it?
I think for me, some of it's when I feel like, it's a little bit like you were talking about, when I feel like when I just entertained myself, when I'm like, oh, that was funny, or that was then that's a good moment. It just feels like, okay, there's something.
In real life, we don't let our stories take up the spaces they should. We are conditioned to get it right and be perfect the first time. We need to let our novels take up space.